Good evening and welcome everybody to Angels Gateway First podcast. This is a very surreal situation that we find ourselves in, but we're all very excited and we're all very humble to be coming to you in your living rooms from Bilston Miners and Angels Gateway Church. Our mediums tonight are myself, Ada, we have Hazel, Gillian, Laura and Scott. And we're all going to do our very best to answer any questions that have been put up on Angels Gateway page. We don't feel it right as a group to answer individual questions as they're a bit personal, but we're going to give you all a wee mention, everybody who's took the time to send us a wee query. But first of all, I'd like to hand you over to Hazel to read the poem. Thank you, Hazel.
Okay. The poem today is called May You Always Have an Angel by Your Side. May you always have an angel by your side, watching out for you in all the things you do, reminding you to keep believing in brighter days, finding ways for your wishes and your dreams to come true, giving you hope that is as certain as the sun, giving you the strength of serenity as your guide. May you always have love and comfort and courage, and may you always have an angel by your side. Someone there to catch you if you fall, encouraging your dreams, inspiring your happiness, holding your hand and helping you through it all. In all of our days, our lives are always changing. Tears come along as well as smiles. Along the road you travel, may the miles be 1,000 times more lovely than lonely. May they give you gifts that never end, someone wonderful to love and a dear friend in whom you can confide. May you have rainbows after every storm, may you have hopes to keep you warm, and may you always have an angel by your side. That was by Douglas Fields.
Thank you, Hazel, that was quite lovely. For those of you that we don't mention tonight, doesn't mean that we're not thinking about you, and as the poem says, may you always have an angel by your side. It's been a difficult year for everybody, and maybe some of you have had more than a difficult year. But take it from this time that we've went through. Life can be difficult. Make it what you want it to be. Do what you want to do in life, because it can be too short. So let's just take the positivity from what's happened to us all this year and help each other fly. So our first question comes from a very well-known and very much loved medium, Mary Amos. We're missing you and George coming and visiting us here at Angels Gateway. And your question is, do you want to read it, Hazel, and give an answer for Mary?
So the question was, they say when someone is ready to pass, they are met by someone they know. If in spirit you do not have a physical body, how does the person who is ready to pass recognise their loved ones? And my reply to that is, your physical body is only a host for your soul, so when you pass over, your soul meets that other soul and they instantly recognise them.
Isn't that a beautiful thing, that we all get recognised in spirit world, regardless of what we do here in this life? Thank you for your question, Mary Amos. It was very interesting, and we did debate it for quite a while between us all, so that we could give a good answer, professional answer. The next question comes from Alia. Alia, thank you for sending us your question. Gillian is going to answer from her experience your question. So Gillian will say the question and then give the response.
The question from Alia is, how did you first connect with Spirit? What I would say is, it's always been there in the background. The connection of being aware of Spirit. It is said that children are always aware of Spirit, but you don't always carry it forward. But the minute I started coming to Angels Gateway, that's when it built. We built on that, and Ada was the one that pushed me forward, her hand on my back saying, "You will do it."
Never.
And come in leaps and bounds since then. It's a trust between everybody as well that helps you.
Trust.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gillian. Everybody has their own journey of how they started off as a medium, and I always say this: nobody can teach you to be a medium. They can nurture the gift that you have, but they can't give it or teach you it. They just bring it out with love and kindness and nurturing. Isn't that right, class?
Yes.
So, Helen, thank you for your comment on the page. Do what you think is right. Jean McGill, again, thank you for your comment. We love sharing our gift, and we will share our gift with anybody and everybody who needs it. It's hard for us here tonight because there is nobody else in the room but us, but we are doing cyber sharing, and I hope you're all enjoying it. Linda, chin up, everything will be fine. So, the next question is from Lisa. I'm going to hand you over to Scott for this, and he is answering, as we all do, from our personal experience. Scott is fairly new in our group, but has fitted in like a hand in a glove, and is so keen to be learning. So it's lovely that he can share part of his story with you. So Scott, if you would like to ask Lisa's question and then give your answer.
Thanks, Ada. Lisa asked, how did you get into mediumship? Well, my story is, over the years I've always felt something, seen things, not quite sure what was what, and as the years progressed, I got older, still felt stuff, and due to a relationship breakdown, I was drawn to Angel's Gateway, where I used to come every week and listen to the mediums. It was fantastic. And then two of the members of Angel Gateway approached me about joining the group, and I did, and I'm still here now. I'm still learning and loving the experience, and hopefully be one day as good as Ada maybe.
I don't know about that. So there you go, personal experience from Scott. And that is one thing you will always get from Angels Gateway mediums. We share how it happened for us in our lives. And we hope you're enjoying those wee stories that we're sharing with you. Yvonne, can only get better. Marion, we're missing you. Marion is one of our regulars here at Angels Gateway, and we'd just like to say, bless you too, lovely lady. Karen, do what you know is best to do. So, the next question, I'm allowed to answer this. I don't know why I'm allowed to answer this, but they suggested that I do it. We were asked by Jim if any of us have a real job. What the hell is a real job? It's what you do when you go out and earn money, I suppose. Out of the group, I am the only full-time medium, and I have been for over 30 years. And I would like to add, I do pay tax and insurance. But other people in the group, we have carers in the group, frontline workers who have worked hard through COVID-19. We have people from the education board, we have construction workers, we have plumbers, we've had policemen in the group. Most mediums do also have what people consider a real job, and the commitment that they give within the real jobs, and then to come here and give the commitment to Spirit World as well, and they do a lot of good work through their spiritual work. So what is the real job? We call it the day job and the real job, but I'll let you decide which is the real job. So I hope that answers your question. Joyce, take care. Do what you feel is right. Now, the next question from Eve. Laura has been given the challenge of answering this question, but again, we have discussed it between us as a group. So I will let Laura ask the question and then give the answer.
So Eve's question was, when faced with all those people on a Sunday evening at Bilston, how do you know who to go to with the spirit information you have? Does the spirit arrive first and somehow direct you to the person in some way? How do you know, out of all the faces looking up at you on the stage? Hope that makes sense. It makes perfect sense to us, Eve. We are drawn to people's aura, and when they're sitting there in the crowd, different people's auras glow at different stages. And yes, the spirit family do come in with each and every person into the room.
Is that you? Sometimes as well, there is literally a spirit person going like this to the medium, trying to get the attention of the medium, and you cannot ignore that. Here is a wee tip, maybe, if you come into Angel's Gateway or any spiritualist church, wear a bright colour.
Yeah.
Because mediums are very drawn to colour, and your aura is made up of colour. Just a wee tip. Now, the next person, Liz. Shouldn't have been a silly bugger and fell and hurt your leg, but we hope it heals very soon. And we will send you some healing at the end of the night. Jane, this is quite a touching question, because you ask, is your nephew happy? You also are very complimentary, because you tell us, I love that you can all make us feel close to our loved ones. Feeling connected is so important and helps healing. As mediums, I think we're all very aware of the responsibility of giving a message and showing that love and that happiness from spirit world, and reassuring anybody that we give a message to that their spirit loved ones are in a beautiful, happy place. Linda, sometimes life is just pants. Rise above it. Kimberly, this is a question that we have asked, and we have been asked a million times. When will Angel's Gateway open? We don't know. Just keep watching the page for any information, because that's the first place you will see and hear it. But thank you for asking, and just know, everybody, that we are missing you all terribly. So, our next question is quite a humdinger of a question, and we really did take our time to discuss this as a group. And when we discuss things as a group, we all put our opinion in there, because we all have different opinions. And we are guided by Spirit the best way to answer informatively any questions that have been asked. But I'm going to hand you over to Gillian for this question.
The question is, if you pass and choose not to go to the light, is the choice final, or can you change your mind at a later time? When we discussed it all, we decided, well, we agree that the light, when the light shines, you go to the light. It's your time. That's when it's your time, when the light shines, and you're drawn to it. So, the thing is, when you have spirit here, when you connect to spirit here, that's them just visiting from the light. So you're going to the light to start with, but you can come back and visit. And I don't know if that's what you mean when you say that. To say that when spirit's here, they've not gone to the light. I don't know if that's...
We were a wee bit unsure what your question actually meant. I have actually spoken to people who have had near-death experiences where they are going towards the light, and if it isn't their time to go, the light just completely disappears before they walk through it. But that just means to us that it's not your time to go. And stepping through the light is a beautiful thing. And I hope we have answered your question as clearly as we think we can.
yeah.
If no, get in touch, we'll give it another go. So, Mandy, your question has been handed to Laura. Your second question will be answered by Scott. So, I will hand you over to Laura to say the first question and give the answer.
So Mandy's first question was, the significance of finding coins or seeing the same number a lot. Us as a group decided that finding coins is lucky and we should pick it up and pass on the luck to other people. And we do also believe as a group that when we see the same number sequence regular, that these are angel numbers and they're trying to get our attention. And I'll now pass you over to Scott for your second
Thank
question.
you, Laura, well done.
Thanks, Laura. Mandy, your second question. Butterflies are loved ones that have passed. Over. White butterflies are older ones, brown or other colours. Butterflies is an old-fashioned way to say hello, and the colour doesn't really make any difference to them saying hello to you.
And butterfly is a beautiful way for spirit to catch our attention, but they're not your spirit family. Like the robin that you see quite often in your back garden, that's not your spirit loved one, that robin. That's your spirit loved one sending you the sign of the robin that is unconditional love. And the butterflies also. Quite often it's a nice thought that souls travel over on the wings of a butterfly or a dragonfly. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you, Laura and Scott, that was well done. But again, the answer was discussed collectively as a group. Donna, here's hoping. Elaine, things will definitely get better, it has to. George, hi George. George is a good old friend of Angels Gateway. He was here way back at the beginning. We do miss you, George. Hope you and Jennifer are doing good. So, Debbie, you did send us a private message, but we felt as a group that we could not discuss your message publicly, that it's more for a private matter. And hopefully one of us will find time to get back to you. We'll try and do that. We can see that you're in need of just a wee bit help. And right now we're sending you some love and light. So take care. Now, that is the end of the questions for tonight. We hope you have enjoyed our podcast. We're sorry it's not live, but we're not brave enough yet for that. That will maybe come, although we would much prefer if you were here in person, live in the room with us. So on behalf of Scott, Laura, Hazel, Gillian and myself, hope you have a good week. We'll be in touch soon with our next podcast. We also want to give a great big thank you to John, our paranormal guy, who has made this possible. He came in, set up the whole gig very professionally, we hope. It's been very professional. Thank you, John, you've done a great job from this side. And he's promised that he will make us all look a size 8 by Wednesday. Anyway, take care, have a great week, hope the sun shines. Love from us all at Angels Gateway. Bye.
Bye.
As we would do if you were all here, we'd like to give you all a rose from your spirit family. Thank you.